All right, guys, we got a lot of news in the last couple of days in the LEGO world, and I just want to go through all of it in one concise video here for you. Starting off with the Medieval Battle Pack bundle that just recently got revealed. Now, if you aren't aware, the Medieval Battle Pack bundle was a thing that LEGO has just came out with for Pick-a-Brick. So think a curated set through the Pick-a-Brick program. You're not going to get instructions with this. You're not going to get a box. You're just getting LEGO selected figures for this bundle. So, and the thing they're doing with it is they're putting it underneath like all the medieval, all of the castle, all the pirate sets right now on the official LEGO store. And if you look at it, they literally took the time to make art, background art for this. This was no just throwaway thing LEGO was doing. I made a video about this, and people think I'm kind of crazy with how far I went on it. But this is LEGO trying something, because LEGO wouldn't put all this work and all this effort into something without it being for a reason. Because look, guys, we get 2 to 3 medieval sets a year. That is including pirates, Vikings, and castle. We don't get 2 to 3 castle sets a year. We barely get 1 castle set a year, 1 pirate set a year. With all the medieval sets we get, it's right around 2 to 3 sets a year. With this bundle they came out with, they are either doing a couple of things. They're either testing to see if people still want medieval content, which we essentially know they do. But it's not an, we have to keep in mind, it's not an castle, Vikings, pirates, it's not an evergreen theme. Now, what I mean by evergreen theme is we are never going to walk into a store again and see castle themes. We're never going to see pirate themes, many Viking themes. It's not going to happen. What I could see happening is a Legends theme or a Legacy theme that we have gotten in the past, where they literally did a Legends themes where they basically took old sets from the past, from the 80s and 90s, and re-released them in 2003. This is what they did. They called it the Legends theme, and they released it in 3 waves. So it was just basically not really a remaster of sets. It was just a re-release of sets. But you could call it Legacy theme and then have all these Vikings, pirates, castle sets, what have you, come out, and then you wouldn't get burnt out in 3 years. Because again, if we ever get a castle theme again, like people want so badly, the community wants so badly, in 2 to 3 years, it's gone. It's not. It's done. Like that's just how it works with LEGO. The fad wears off after a while, and it's just it's the truth of the market right now. Now, as far as these bundles go, they're, like I said, either testing to see if people will buy them. And just so you know, the Viking set and pirate bundles for the Pick-a-Brick, they've already sold out. So think about that. From Pick-a-Brick, they've already sold out the pieces that are coming in that bundle. So no one can even buy them anymore because so many people bought them. So, I mean, I went into it in a big, long video, but I don't want to go into it too deep in this video because it's about news and stuff. But again, I believe that this is probably a testing ground because LEGO always tests things before moving forward or elaborating on it, i.e., Lord of the Rings, coming out with Rivendell, waiting a year, seeing how it does, then coming out with Broadur, then coming out with the Shire. It's just what LEGO does. They're not going to jump full on into a theme or into anything until it's a proven sales thing. Just like LEGO Star Wars helmets. They're not going to go crazy with it until they see if the main big one, Darth Vader, when it first came out, seeing if it sells good. And it sold good, so they continued with more. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say on the Castle Medieval bundles. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things that it's something big that kind of flew out of the radar, which I think is even more telling that they're just doing this to see if it gets traction, stuff like that. And I think if they see the community talking about it, I think there's a lot of potential for where this could go and where it could lead with more medieval stuff. And again, they did every single one of these pieces of bundles. They did it with a medieval touch to it. So it was horses, it was castle, it was the magenta, night realm, whatever. They even named the bundles. You have the Vikings and you have the pirates. So, I mean, they did it all medieval, and that wasn't for no reason. They could have done a construction pick-a-brick bundle with a bunch of construction minifigures for city. They could have done a wide range of things for city, or anything for that matter. But they chose all medieval, and that's for a reason. That reason, as of now, is yet to be seen, so we'll just see how that all shakes out. Next up, we got some Spider-Man news. Now, for the Spider-Man news, you know the busts for the Iron Man and Iron Spider that we've gotten? Okay, well, on Instagram, Lego posted a photo of some blueprints of the bust just as a little promotional thing. It says, it's your first day at Stark Industries, your first assignment, some of the top secret Lego Marvel files. Now, if we go through the images, we get to the last one. And on the last one, we can see that, take a look here. Do you guys understand what this is? Do you understand? This is Doc Ock, guys. I don't know what he's holding here. It looks like a milk carton upside down. But this is Doc Ock from Spider-Man. Now, it's crazy. I don't know how they would do a Doc Ock bust with his face and stuff like that. This looks kind of crazy right here. Whatever's going on here. You can see like a stud on both sides. But if they do a bust, like in the Lego, in the Spider-Man and Iron Man form, that might not look right with his head and face. Because remember, Doc Ock just wears goggles, and they're going to have to do like a face. So that's going to look really weird if they do a Doc Ock bust. And this is obviously they're teasing it. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, I mean, and we're getting a Vader and Yoda bust next year for Star Wars. So, I mean, who knows where that bust thing can lead. We got the helmets lines. We're getting the Doc Ock bust now. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Next up, for the Nintendo news, we got some Nintendo news for Zelda. Now, we just got info on the Zelda set coming next spring. It's going to be coming out on March 1st, and it's going to be 1,003 pieces. The previous Deku Tree set was 2,500 pieces at $300, so this set's probably going to come in right around $120, I would probably say is safe to guess. Now remember, the Deku Tree was a 2-in-1 and was iterations of the Breath of the Wild and the Ocarina of Time Deku Tree from those video games. And the current rumor, the current speculation is that this is going to be a set based on Link's Awakening. Now, Link's Awakening was one of the first Zelda games that we got. It actually doesn't even have Zelda in it. It's about basically a big dream that Link is having. It's in this dream world. It's got this big egg feature to it. So we could be getting some kind of egg build or something with that, because that's the famous thing from Link's Awakening. Or it could be something else entirely. I could see this very well being like they did with the Super Mario pixel image that they did. It's very well done, but it's very expensive as well. So they could be doing something like that, where it's just a pixel art, essentially, instead of something to do with that game, because there's really not many things in that game that are really iconic other than the egg and other than the starting house when he wakes up on the beach and stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. Next up for Nintendo, we have some Pokemon news. Now, Pokemon, they just did a big collaboration with Lego. They're joining Lego in 2026. They are finishing out their basically contract with Mega Bloks. They got a contract with Mega Bloks. That's basically the only thing that's keeping Mega Bloks alive and in stores right now is Pokemon. Now remember, Pokemon is the biggest IP in the world. Okay, this is huge for Lego. This is huge. Pokemon is the biggest IP in the world, and Lego finally got them in contract to make sets. And we got some news on what these sets will be. Now, coming early 2026, likely March or possibly January, I'm thinking March, we're getting 2 sets confirmed as of now, probably more in the future. First set. The numbers of the set is a big little hint as to what these sets will have in them. For many normies, you might not get it, but for Pokemon fans, you will get it immediately. This is going to be set 72151, and the next set will be 152. Now, if you don't know, Pokemon, the first game, Yellow, Blue, and Red, on Game Boy, they had 151 Pokemon. That's it, 151 Pokemon. This obviously is an Easter egg or a tease that this set is going to be about the first games, which is, I mean, that's probably obvious and safe to say that the first Lego sets that they were going to make were going to be about the original Pokemon because people are crazy about them. Pokemon always remakes them. Those original games from the Kanto region, the region that the games started off in. People love them. I love them. And they're going to be coming in at $60 and $200. Oh, man. I am pretty interested in seeing what these sets are going to be because we have no clue right now. We have no idea what these sets are going to be. Now, they could be... Mega Bloks does builds of Pokemon, like Pokemon builds, like you get a little Pikachu, you get a Charizard, stuff like that. I don't want that. I don't want a build of a Pokemon. Like, I want scenes. I want like the Professor Oak scene where I go in and get there's this famous scene at the beginning of Pokemon, if you don't know. You always start off in a little town with 4 buildings, 4 houses. You get the gym, or not the gym, you get the lab where you get your Pokemon from. You got your house, your rival's house, and then just some random house. That's how every game always starts out. I think I want a scene like that. Somehow, some way. I don't know how you're going to do it. You just figure it out. I want a scene like that, and I want a scene with the lab where you go in and there's 3 Pokeballs sitting on a table. It's an iconic looking scene. You get the professor, you got stuff. Now again, this is going to be weird because how are we going to do minifigures that look right? How are we going to do little Pokeballs that fit right in the hands of minifigures? I don't know. Obviously, Lego knows. They know what they're doing. They know what their plans are for this. But I'm really hoping it's not just builds of Pokemon. I would like to know what other people are thinking on that as well. I mean, it's poetic to start with the original games, Kanto, and here's the other cool thing that I thought of. So you get these Pokemon games, right? Nintendo's making big moves with Lego. Now again, Pokemon is owned and basically used by a company called Game Freak. They basically own and have a lot of the rights to Pokemon. They're the ones who own it. Nintendo doesn't really own Pokemon. Imagine, so we just got the Game Boy. We just got the Nintendo Game Boy set. Prior to this, that's pretty interesting how we came out with that. The first time we ever got Pokemon was on that particular Game Boy. And we got 2 cartridges. We got a Zelda cartridge and we got a Mario cartridge. Iconic games. You know what the third iconic game is that made Game Boy sell and be the most successful console of all time? Pokemon. That would be Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow versions. They would come in little cartridges exactly like what we're getting, only they would be colored red and blue and yellow. Imagine for gift with purchases for the $200 set, you get one of each cartridge. Imagine you get a cartridge that you could then put in that other Game Boy or just display on its own. Now that is synergy amongst sets. That is what I would like to see. I love that kind of thing. I love how the medieval town square. Kind of goes with the Lionized Castle. So many things are. The story is continued in the medieval town square. I love that. I want LEGO to do more of that. And with this, I think there's potential. Not huge, not a huge cool thing, but a little cool thing. I mean, a cool cartridge. You get a cartridge of the game that we all played and got Pokemon. Huge. I think that would be awesome to get. Next up, Legacy of the Dark Knight game, aka Batman 4, just got revealed at Gamescom, and this game is looking pretty big, pretty ambitious. There's some things I like about it, things I don't like about it. First of all, this is like, remember, every LEGO video game like this is made by the same company, TT Games. This game is to the Batman mythos and lore and stories as the Skywalker saga was to all of Star Wars. So you're going to have the best moments that they claim are the best moments from every Batman era, every Batman movie in this game. It's not just about one Batman. It's not about a new Batman. It's about like collecting the best parts and selecting the best parts of everything from Batman, whether it be comics, whether that be movies, TV shows, animation. They're putting it in this game, and I think that's awesome. They got scenes from the Batman with the Penguin scene. We've seen that, the car flipping over on fire. He's walking up to it. Amazing scene from the Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman. You've got the Heath Ledger Joker, obviously inspired Joker, and so many other references and things from other Batman stories and stuff from the comics, stuff like that. There's a lot of cool things that I've noticed in the game so far. I made a video on that. But one thing that I want to point out about this game that's really bugging me is the multiplayer aspect to this. Now again, I don't expect this game to be an online game where I'm battling someone like a Call of Duty game or something like that. I do expect buying a game in the 21st century to be able to play with someone online that has the game that I want to play with, a friend that's not living in my house, other than a drop-in, drop-out co-op mechanic split screen. That worked. That was good in 2008. Guys, it's not 2008 no more. Like, what are we doing here? Why are we not offering a drop-in, drop-out mechanic? Far Cry, I'll just put it into perspective. Far Cry 5 has a mechanic where you're playing the story mode. Say I'm playing the story mode. I have a friend who also has the game, lives somewhere else, has online. I can open up my game public and let anyone in the world to join my game to help me where I'm at in the story. And I'm still the one basically leading the game. They can't get too far away from me or else it pulls them back to me. And I get the cutscenes. They can't skip the cutscenes. Everything is in my control. They're just there to be next to me and help me like the traditional LEGO games are, where you always have the second person that you can switch to. They need to implement that system because, like, guys, why can't I play with my friend online with this game? There's so much fun. You imagine how fun and how many laughs you could get playing a LEGO game online with your friend. Like, I can't imagine how fun that would be, goofing off on a LEGO game with a friend that doesn't live with me. I don't know why that's such a hard thing to ask for. I'd really like to know the answer to that, and I think that we in the community should bring this to the attention of the people who make the game and either get an answer to why we can't have that. Because again, obviously this is a kid game, but I mean, what are we doing here? This is the 21st century. I'm playing on a $500 console, $1,000 PC. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, I want to play online with my friend, and I can't do that. I stopped playing Skywalker Saga on my PlayStation 5 because I got bored. No, I don't have anyone to play with at my house. I'd like to have my freaking cousin who lives 3 states away to be able to play with him and have fun doing Easter eggs, doing the little hidden stuff. Like, come on. When are we going to get that? They make Lego online games. Lego Castaways has an online element. These other Lego games have online elements. So it's not a Lego thing. It's not a TT Games thing. Why do we not get it? Why do we not get a co-op multiplayer experience? I don't know. But like I said, it's a huge open world. It's got like it's this metaverse with all the best moments from Batman's entire history and mythos, and it's got an Arkham style combat system. Like the developers literally said, it's an Arkham style combat system. They took so much inspiration from the Arkham Knight games. It's crazy. Plus, they got the synergy of the Arkham Asylum modular set coming out, which is pretty cool. And with that modular set, we also got a tease at another DC modular set, which is the Daily Bugle, which is Superman's building that he works in. So my guess is we're going to get a Daily Bugle. So DC's making a lot of big moves right now. This game looks like it's shaping out to be pretty good, except for a couple minor details. A really cool looking free roam experience with the vehicles, the living, breathing open world. I think this game's looking to be pretty good. Moving on to some honorable mentions. We got the Willy Wonka reveal. In case you don't know, Willy Wonka is in the Ideas program, got passed, and we just got a reveal for it. So that's the next Ideas set. Looks pretty good. Got two Oompa Loompas. Got some other cool things in that set. Moving on, we got the Eiffel Tower. A rumor for the Eiffel Tower in the architecture line coming out in January, which is going to be $80. So for those of you like architecture, we're getting the Eiffel Tower. And we also got the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse CMF lines coming out September 1st. Which is cool because we're getting a CMF line, which is, 10 or so minifigures, all based on Spider-Man. I would have liked it if it was just a Spider-Man world, not particularly that one movie. But looks like it's got a lot of cool figures in it. I really don't know which one is shaping out to be the most sought after. I'm guessing the cowboy one. I've heard a lot of people talking about the cowboy and how much they want it. So I'm sure there will be one, though, that we can't ever find in stores, and it'll be hard to collect them all. But nonetheless, that will be fun to get. Maybe add them to moving into something else with that in mind. This new mini modular type thing that Lego has kind of created and kind of started with the Spider-Man theme. And we've gotten Peter Parker's apartment. It started out with the bodega. So I just want to frame this. We got a bodega. I think it's called like Spider-Man versus the Spot or something, some kind of villain. But it's the bodega from Across the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales and stuff like that. So it's a street corner bodega, like in New York. It's got a little deli, stuff like that. And it didn't have a roof. We're like, where's the roof to this thing? You know what I mean? Like why are we getting a modular without a roof and it's like $50? Kind of weird. Lo and behold, a couple months later, we get Peter Parker's apartment. And Peter Parker's apartment comes out. We're like, what the heck? This doesn't even have a sidewalk. It's like, why doesn't this have a sidewalk? Well, lo and behold, they go together. So you buy the Peter Parker's apartment. It goes on top of the bodega. And you also have the Oscorp building. And you have, I want to say one other set. But it's like Lego didn't even market these as mini modulars that go together. They just said, here's a bodega. Here's the Peter Parker's apartment. And here's the Oscorp Tower. Like, they didn't even say, hey, guess what? You can put these together. And you can put them in any way you like. Now, obviously, we were able to figure it out pretty easily, pretty simple. But, like, when we got the bodega, we were like, what the freak? Why are we getting no roof on this thing? Like, what the freak is going to... I mean, literally going to be storming and raining on them freaking deli meats. You know what I mean? Getting the soggy meats. And then we got the Peter Parker's apartment. It goes on top of it. And you can adjust them, make them however you want. So that's pretty cool. I recently got the Daily Bugle because that's retiring. Now, the Daily Bugle I got was in literally shambles, in pieces. I'll try and throw an image up. But yeah, it was in pieces, and I was like, Lego, you got to do something about this. Like, they gave me a couple points towards it. Hopefully the second one I got, because I got one for myself and one as an investment because they were on sale, double insider points, stuff like that. But I was able to help out with a couple of points. Still, the box was destroyed. It looks like someone opened it up and took out a bunch of stuff from it. I probably should build it and figure out if anything's taken, but gotta get offset here. Yeah, a lot of cool Spider-Man stuff coming out recently. Looks pretty good, looks pretty cool. Moving on, we got the Toy Story Book Nook. Now, Book Nook's been going kind of crazy lately. Lego Book Nooks, they've been making a lot of Book Nooks. We got the Sherlock Holmes Book Nook, we got a Harry Potter train station Book Nook, and we just got a Lord of the Rings Book Nook, and now we're getting a Toy Story Book Nook. I don't know how this is going to look. Obviously, this is in anticipation for Toy Story 5 that's going to be coming out. Toy Story 3, they said, was going to be the last movie. Then we got Toy Story 4. Now we're getting Toy Story 5. Who knows what this stuff's going to be about? But we will see how that looks moving forward. And just to go back for a moment, I want to touch on the CMF line, with the Spider-Verse CMF line. In January, if you didn't know, the next CMF line, I believe it's CMF Series 28. It's going to be a rough one, guys. It's going to be nothing but people dressed up in animal clothes. So people are going to be dressed up in a bunch of animal clothes for the entire CMF line. So, yeah, get excited for that. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Got some breaking news here that I'm looking at. It looks like we're going to be getting a Sega Genesis gift with purchase September 8th through the 17th. Dude, a Sega Genesis gift with purchase? So if this is in line with like the Nintendo 64 and the Game Boy gaming systems, basically, dude, this thing is going to be big. That's crazy. Which is odd. Now that I'm reading it, September 8th through the 17th, Black Pearl releases September 12th. So that means we're not getting the gift with purchase compass that we thought was coming with the Black Pearl. That's very interesting. That is very interesting. So it looks like this will be what you're getting with the Black Pearl. If you order the Black Pearl, more than likely, I wouldn't think that they'd throw up another gift with purchase unless it was one of those things where it's only you have to buy the Black Pearl to get the compass, which they've done before with Lord of the Rings. You have to buy that set to get the gift with purchase. So that's interesting. Very interesting indeed. And actually moving on to the Black Pearl. Black Pearl's coming out September 12th. $380. Just got some images on it. Looks pretty interesting. Looks pretty good. Again, $380. I could sit here and talk all day long about it not being worth it or it being worth it. Again, guys, this is an IP set. IP sets are going to run more because Lego says, hey, we got to pay for this license to make this set, like Star Wars, Marvel. We're not taking the hit. We're passing it on to you guys. And that just is what it is. You're not going to get a good price per piece set. I mean, it just is what it is. So, that is all the news that we have today. The past couple of days, actually. I wanted to try something new. Maybe I'll try and continue to do these. If you're still watching, you're a real one. I've been trying to do a lot of work, a lot of stuff on this channel, make it entertaining as possible. Please let me know what you would like to see. If I'm as far as this news show goes, I would like to continue it. Maybe not once a week, maybe every other week. I mean, we get a lot of Lego news. We do. And I like talking about the news, the rumors, I gotta be careful about the leaks though. Gotta be careful about the leaks because I've already been copyright stricken by Lego at one point. So I gotta be careful about that. But yeah, let me know what you think, things to improve on this, what you would like to see in this show, maybe a weekly news show, kind of structuring it as a podcast. So maybe you can like listen to this while you're doing stuff, play it in the background, just to get an idea of what's going on in the world of Lego. Not just Lego sets, upcoming sets, because we got all kinds of Lego creators out there who just rattle off the upcoming sets. I want to do something a little different. I want to provide a sort of a more of a personal show where I'm showing and talking about and giving context on what I think is important news, not just random sets. Hey, we're getting this Friends set that's a $13 set in January. Like, I don't want to talk about stuff that's unimportant as much. I want to talk about the things that are important and fun to talk about and are interesting to discuss, and just have some fun with a community and continue to create a community. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this first show. I'm gonna get on out of here. So yeah, let me know how you liked it, what you didn't, if you made it this far. And with that, I will see you in the next video.